So that calmness always is a choice. So when it comes to practice meditation, we all kind of like try to see something. We are seekers. But at the same time, when we look into ourselves and see what we really look, and sometimes it is very difficult to find a real answer. But still we keep looking something. And why we keep looking something? Because what we experience itself is not complete. So that in completion push us to find a way to get out of it. And when it comes to meditation, basically we develop two mental cultures. One is called tranquility meditation and another one called the vipassana meditation. So tranquility meditation basically help us to tranquilize, calm down our mind. So you have to remember, it is not just once a while you sit and try to practice to calm down. So in day-to-day life, in every situation, that is just something that you always have to practice. That is something you always have to develop. When you experience your ordinary life, you have to experience with the calmness. Not with the busyness, tiredness, not with the aggressive mind. But it's still going to come. When it arises, suddenly you have to remember, with that unbalanced mind you can't experience. So then start to calm down. So that calmness always is a choice yourself. Balance is a choice. When it comes to the path, it's a choice. So then you have to look into yourself and see what you want, if there's something for you to select. So what you're going to find, how you're going to get it. So that's why this practicing meditation allows you, even with the sitting, this calmness, settling down yourself is a very key point even in the conventional world. Because once you get unbalanced, this system completely works kind of like a very different way. So that's why I always remember the very first principle is develop. It doesn't matter whatever the situation comes around you, and have a kind of like the balanced mind to go with the situation. But what happens most of the time, we forget the very condition of our mind and we try to struggle with this outside. So what we see outside is a kind of like it's there, but what we see is not there. So that's the very key of the vipassana. Okay, the vipassana means once you have the calm mind, you see things from very different angles, not from one angle. This is the way I see like that. So as example, what you see in this very moment with these flowers, from your point of view, and it's only from one angle. But there are many other angles. Just look at that. From your angle, when you see it, it looks like that. But how about if you start to see it from the bottom? You're not going to see it like this way. It's going to get into kind of like a very different angle. And how about if somebody start to look from above? That angle is not this angle. So like that, how about if you can get, rather than becoming a bias to your own point of view, if you detach from that and start to look it from every angle, you're not going to experience what you experience. But it's still you experience something. So when it comes to the situation, the same. So when it comes to your life, the same. What you see as, oh, this is it. Because we develop, we go with the names and forms. We always need objects. And we go with the subject and looking for object. But what we see as object is not permanent something. Even though it's experienced for the moment, it came out of nothing. And when something came out of nothing, you can't tell there is something. So as example, look at these flowers. Like 1 month ago, it was not here, right? That what you experienced, this flower, is 1 month ago, is not here. These flowers was in different places. Okay, and this glass, maybe 200 years ago, this glass was not here, right? It was some different kind of material. And 3 weeks ago, this water was not here like this. Okay, so the flowers came from different places and now put it together, and the glass came from somewhere and the water came somewhere, and today you experience it, but it came out of nothing. And then maybe suddenly tomorrow it disappears, and then once it disappears, if somebody come and tell, hey, what happened to that flower? Right? It's gone. But what you experience now, and you asking what happened to that flower? What is that? From where that came? That came from the moment of experience. Now you hold it, oh, it is something. So then look at everything. And look at your own life. So as a person, what you experience today, it's a very process of, the journey. It's not just a one day that result. And there was not such a person like you, like 50 years back. So today you are here like this, and then within another 50 years you are not going to be here like this. So then if somebody asks what happened to that person, so that person, we have a picture in our mind, maybe somewhere you captured it in that very moment. So like that, when it comes to situations, it is very important to understand whatever you struggle in your mind and whatever the situation that you go through in your mind, if you have the ability to reverse yourself like a few months back, it was not there. But now you think, I have a problem. But it was not there, and then because of many causes and conditions, it came together that what you mean by I have this is not going to be there. I think maybe after you find a solution, maybe within another 1 month, if somebody asks, hey, what happened? Oh, it's done. It's gone. But in this very moment, you think you have something. That itself called kind of like misunderstanding. I don't want to say it ignorance, it's a misunderstanding. Because you see it, there is something. Once you start to believe there is something, and once you start to react to it, that reaction itself come out of the moment of experience. But how about your emotions, your anger, hatred, jealousy, that everything ignite, and then just as example, maybe you can hate this, you can get mad about this, and then because of that, so this came just for a moment, okay, within another 1 week, this all going to go away, but because of this, your anger, hatred, jealousy, ignorance going to ignite, and then that ignition start to create something in you. Even though this go away, that nature going to be there with you. That is what called your existence. Because that everything, look at that, whatever the situations happen, maybe because of the people, because of the situation in your past, 10 years back, maybe you got mad about somebody, some situation, that person already gone, but that madness you develop, you master the madness, and still you carry it today. So becoming wise means what? So out of the situation, that whatever, just imagine you go to the bank or you go to the mall or you go to the market, and maybe there is a person, and for, without any reason, and maybe that person, start to blame to you, or, shout you, do something, and then you get mad. And then when you come home, that person already gone, but you carry the situation in you, and maybe you go to sleep, and maybe you start to tell friends, and they get mad. So like that you multiply it. But how about, if you experience something, but if you recognize before you go to market, you didn't have that. So knowingly that when you leave the market, can you keep it there? But it's very difficult. That's why you have to practice. So I tell you a basic principle. Okay, it's going to make you hurt. Okay, and sometimes it's going to make you mad. Okay, it's going to make you crazy sometimes. Okay, but take it serious and think about it. Okay, so what you look, you will never find anything. Anything. Whatever, even your life, what you keep looking, even your personal life, family life, you're not going to find it. Look at it, did you find anything in your past? What you found is not what you keep looking. It is something else. So same thing happening. We keep looking, even you go to the market, even you go to just go for a dinner, thinking about, I'm going to have this, and you arrange a, party and thinking, everything going, but it may going to end with the big mess. Look whatever in your life. Did you find anything the way that you thought? No. So understanding that, bring you the balance. Why? Because when things arise from you, so that is another way, or it's kind of like understanding and experience emptiness. Emptiness means what? One way, because what you see is not there. That's me. It's not that word is no. There are things we can see, we can feel, but what you keep looking is not there. It's difficult to digest. But still we keep looking, everywhere with every situation. But once you know that, when things arise from you, when even in that very moment when it arises, if you know, even though I see, I keep looking this, it is not there. And that knowing itself make you balance, complete. Then whatever outcome, whatever the situation going to be there, you're going to be okay with that. That is it's kind of like you become mature with that. Because that is where you're going to develop the adaptivity and flexibility according to any situation, rather than having preconditioned mind. It should be like this. No, that's no, you can't. What happened the way, nothing. Nothing. So then, always remember that it is your basic responsibility to know the truth. Truth about, not kind of like this outside, is the truth about, that inside. Because that inside, it's kind of like, even though we can't see it is a kind of like, it happened, like as a result of cause and effect. There are reasons come together and it arises in us. So if you see a little bit deeper into the root level, and then you will see that. And the most of time we have hopes, we have dreams, we have desires, and even we have no idea why I have that desire, why I have that dream, why I have that hopes. And you can get into relationship with people, and you don't know that person. But a few days you meet, see hi, and then after a few days, that person becomes friend, and then you start to build up hopes. So that out of nothing, it came, and then by the time after 1 year, and you may get hurt because of that person. So it is your responsibility. You should know that you didn't know about this person, but now after 1 year you think, oh, I know. You don't know. Why? Because even you don't know that regarding your own mind or your own life, how are you going to know about somebody? Just seeing someone doesn't mean you know that person. So then it is your responsibility. If you, without knowing somebody or without knowing any situation, and if you're ready to accept it, so whatever the outcome, accept it. Why? Because the world has its own way to behave. World not going to behave the way you want. Okay? And once you understand that principle, there are a lot of things going to settle down. So, when it comes to this journey of life, that it is important to understand how things can happen. Okay? So, one time that the Buddha and a group of monks were traveling, and then close to the river there was a tree, and it has shade, so they got a little tired and they settled down there to rest. So then, before few days ago, there were heavy rains, and from the mountain area, this water keep coming. And then they saw a huge piece of wood, and floating down. And then the Buddha asked from monks, and everybody start to talk, oh, look at that. It was a little bit, big tree. And then look at that tree, and then everybody start to talk about this, and Buddha asked, do you think that tree will reach to the ocean? Even though this river reached to the ocean, do you think this tree going to be there one day? So then some monks told, no. There is a possibility that tree can, stuck in this side of the river. And then another monk told, maybe it go to the other side of the river band and, stuck somewhere. And then another monk told, oh, Bhante, maybe in the middle of the river sometimes sand mountains, or it can stuck in the middle of the river. And then another monk came with another idea. And thought, maybe look at that tree is very good, nice tree, big tree. Or maybe people can take it. Look at that, and the people may take it and maybe dry it and put it to, firewood, or maybe somebody can do it to someone. And then another monk come and told, maybe if it is take too long to reach to the ocean because of the water, and these little animals can eat it. Okay? And then another monk told, or maybe if it is take too long, and because of the water, by the time it dissolve and go down to the river, and it can stuck in the bottom of the river. And then the Buddha said, life also like that. You look for freedom, you look for liberation, you look for success, You look for happiness. So whatever, keep looking. Like you are like that tree in the middle of the river. Just keep floating. It can stuck on this side of the bank or the river. Means what? It can stuck with that whatever the perception that you perceive, and it can mesmerize inside your mind as dreams. Like as example, some people watch movies, and especially nowadays with this, this that what is that?
VR.
People go crazy. They get lost. They think it's kind of something like, it's like real, but it is not. Once you stuck with it, with these video games, these things, that what you experience inside, you think it is real, and then you forget about this world. And you mesmerize this from inside projection that you develop. So it can happen to us also. We live in a dream world sometimes. That dream, just not a dream, it come out of the perception, and out of what we experience, we create inside it, and we get mesmerized. We can become zombies, we can, so this anything, it can happen to us, any. And another thing, that is this side of the river. So that means what inside us can make us crazy, and that's why sometimes we say you are a crazy. Why? Because what go inside it, no one can understand. That's only that person know. And other thing is, the other side of the river means that all the outside world, people sometimes always go outside looking for something. People watch movies or like to watch things, and everywhere they keep going from this place to that place, everywhere keep going, and listening, music, and people sometimes travel country to country, to go to these musical shows, and it's like everywhere, and Friday night and Saturday night, and if you go to Hollywood area, people come from far away, and if you go to the Vegas, Vegas people don't go to hotels, right? Everybody come from outside. So that's means then they keep going there. So that's the other side of the river. Until they die, you can keep going. Meditation retreats, you can keep traveling to meditation retreat without meditating. You have no time to sit and meditate. Why? You keep going to place to place, right? And eating. You have no time to enjoy food. Why? You keep going place to place. So other side, the object side, this objective world can make you crazy. And this is good, and this is good. So like it's kind of like we are experiencing, it's like a Costco everywhere. Everywhere. So it's like, that's real world. So like that, you can get lost in this outside world. That is one. And the middle of the river, the band, means that it is not the outside object. It is not that whatever we experience out of that object. In between this both, sometimes we create illusions inside our own mind, which is not belong to personal experience, or which is not belong to the objective world. That is a kind of like this craziness, zombie world, So people can become like that, and no reason, and like a kind of like when you that get high with drugs or the, the anything that whatever, even with the thought sometimes people can get high, and then anymore that is not the thought and that is not the outside of it is a completely different kind of world. And sometimes people like to live in that world. They don't want to come to this real world. So there are people like that. And even in the meditation also same. Some people say, oh, I went to meditate and there is a light. And they like to be with that light always. And when the situations come and they get mad and they want to be with that light. There's no light like that. There's no light. What the thing you like, you think that it's going to, find solution for this world. No? So like that, there's in between this, the mind and the object in between this, there are some kind of creation. And other thing is, sometimes that another monk told, this tree can take by some people. Okay? So like that, your life can take by some people. That's mean, that maybe you find a partner, loved ones, and maybe you have children or parents, and you have no freedom for you to practice anything. And always you try to do something for others, morning to night. So maybe it can be a person, and it can be a dog or the cat. Like that, always you spending your time, your life for somebody. That means someone like a vampire, slowly sucking your life. You don't see. Till you die, you can do things to other people. They will like you, appreciate you when you do things for them. But when the day you stop that, they got so mad and crazy, they start to blame to you, criticize you, So like that. So be careful, This is your life, okay? And by whatever that you keep doing to others, they're not going to change. They become more and more and more mesmerized from them, and they become more stronger with who they are using your life. So then, nothing wrong, you share your life, you help, you have to be generous, you have to, take care of others, but you should not give your core values, especially greediness, hatred, anger, jealousy, ignorance. Those are, don't take to you because of others. And sometimes you become greedy because of your loved ones, your friends, your family members, brothers, sisters, because you're innocent. And sometimes you get mad, angry because of another person. Just imagine, there is a friend and he did really something wrong, and another person come and blame to your friend, and maybe you get mad about that person. Of course, your friend did something wrong. Why you get mad? About other person. So like that, maybe your husband or the wife or the children or friends is so greedy, and then you also become so greedy. And little by little, like whoever you associate, by the time, remember, slowly you start to absorb their qualities to yourself. So then you have to be very careful. Don't allow other people to take your life. So taking life means that they start to slowly transform their behavior to you. If it is a generosity, if it is a loving kindness, compassion, wisdom, that is good. But how about if it is the ignorance? And you become a partner with the ignorance person, by the time you lose your mind and you also become ignorance. That's not good. How about the leader of the country become ignorant and the entire, the whole country, follow that ignorance. It happened. Look at the human history. Look at the human history. How this world wars happen and how they mesmerize the people and the whole world start to, in the whole country go and kill people, other people. See? That's why it's like that, And this a greediness, there was a husband-wife, and the husband was so greedy, and the wife also the same, little by little. And one day, that husband went out, and then suddenly he came back and knocked the door, and the wife asked, "Why you knocked the door?" No, I want to make sure that the light is turned off. You have to check it. So the wife told, "So why you came back? You should tell me, from there, far away from the gate, because you walk from that place to here, your slippers, wearing your slippers, why you came back, So then the husband told, no, don't worry, I took it into my hand. So it's a greediness, it's a kind of like, it go around others. So you have to be careful. Anger, especially the anger as family members, brothers, sisters, husband, wife, and children, And look at how many families, like gangsters, parents kill each other, and then the children, kill each other. So that's why you should not allow anybody to, take the very core value of your life. It is your responsibility to protect it. And you can practice meditation, and maybe because of somebody, if you give up your practice, okay, it's kind of like that is what that monk told, that piece of wood can take by somebody. It cannot reach to the ocean. And then maybe you tell, oh, before I meet this friend, I used to practice this, I used to do that. Right? So don't allow to be. Lot of children and lot of parents have a problem, and the children become so good, from the beginning, but once they start to go to high school, they get into the wrong friends, and then it becomes very difficult for parents. Children don't study anymore when they go to the universities. Very smart children, But when they go to university, they get into wrong relationship, wrong friends, They start to go with a different kind of lifestyle. So that's why don't allow no one, so anybody to, stop you. And then other thing is, these little, animals on the river, maybe fish, crocodiles, this can eat the piece of wood. So like that, always other people can disturb you, no reason, And because sometimes there are people, they're smart to push buttons, make you, uncomfortable. There are people like that everywhere, So that's why if there is a crocodile, stay away. Don't try to, hug thinking it is a deer. No, everybody knows deer sometimes, if it is a crocodile, stay away. You respect that, you appreciate, you stay away, but you're not going to dance with them, So that's becoming wise. Maybe you practice compassion, that doesn't mean you can deal with everybody. No. There are some people, you can't deal. So it is better, stay away. So like that there are many ways that if you allow to the society or the people to make you mad, angry, disappointed, sad, unbalanced, people will enjoy doing that. So it is your responsibility, stay away from that. Another thing is, sometimes, it take long time, and then by the time this tree little by little dissolve to the water. So that's mean if you take too long time in this samsaric journey to achieve to something, that maybe you're not going to reach to the ocean. That means your journey itself make you tired. So that's why whatever the goal, whatever that you want to do, you have to set up a timeline. So practicing doesn't mean till you die you practice. No. You practice for a while, and then you uplift yourself and you become better, you become advanced, and you get the result. Every day not to practice. You have to be a master one day. So then practicing meditation is spiritual things. It's good for a while, but you have to transform. You have to be a more better person. And sometimes it can go to the bottom of the river stuck there. So that's mean sometimes people are stuck on the path. And they can't reach to the ocean, but they are very good with practice, and they have the faith, and they do everything, but every day keep doing the same thing, never become better. They don't change. No, you have to change. Don't stuck in the middle. So this life you're going to change. By the time this life going to change, so don't claim this body as yours. What you think in your mind, don't think claim it as yours. Why? Because by the time, with the experience, it's going to change. It's not going to be the same every day. So then, whatever the opportunity there, uplift yourself and become more better person, become advanced and move forward. Don't stuck with the moment of experience. That moment of experience is not belong to you. And if you can do that way, you can. So with this group of monks, there was a boy, and he used to serve a boy in one family, and he used to take care of the cows. And what happened? He took the cows and he released these cows to eat the grass, and he came and sat in the corner and listening to the Buddha, And at the end of the sermon and the end of this discussion, this young boy stand up and go, "Oh, I found way to go to the ocean." He went back and hand over all the cows to the owner and told, "I am not going to take care of your cows." And he came, went with the Buddha. So that's why. Don't spending your life looking at others' cows. Okay. So is there any question?
Is tranquility meditation the same as Vipassana?
No. Tranquility meditation is a method you calm down the mind. Okay, relax your mind.
Okay.
Having undisturbed mind. Vipassana meditation means once you have the undisturbed mind, so whatever the experience that you go through, rather than categorizing, you observe it thoroughly, deeply from each and every angle. And that is where you see that your moment of experience come out of nothing, and it always change. So once you see that, your thoughts, so just imagine whatever thoughts that go through, in the moment we think it is a very real, okay? But it is not real. It's an illusion. But that thought has power to destroy everything, It can kill us, it can kill others, Why? Because we think that thoughts are real. It's not real.